How's it going, everyone? I'm Slavinatorski, and welcome to the channel. And we all know why you're here today, because you want to see Leon. So we've got him ready to go. One thing I do want to say is thank you for stopping by. If you do enjoy this video, a like's always super appreciated. Subscribe if I have earned it today, and we'll keep on going. And anyone that wants to see this, hopefully you can share it with them and help them decide if they want to buy this or not. So here it is. This is the RPD officer police uniform version. This is Bioevil 2, as they call it. Resident Evil 2. It's from Limtoys. It is 112. This is the S version, so it's a special edition. I got this from 5K Toys. Now, one thing when it came in, it looked like UPS had kicked the box across, I don't know, the back office or something. So it's a little bit rough. But this is not 5K Toys' fault. It's USPS. So that gives you an idea there. But that's what the box looks like. So let's get inside of it. Here are all the goodies you're going to get inside of the box. So I'll go ahead and move the box off to the side somewhere, out of the way preferably. Alright, so it's going to come in 2 layers. So let's separate these layers. One layer is going to have Leon. And the other layer is going to have all of the accessories here. So there are a couple different ones that you're going to see. So what I'm going to do is, since there are so many teeny tiny little accessories on this, I'm going to bring out my light box that I usually did reviews on for a while. And I'm going to use that to finish up this review, because some of these things are really, really tiny. Some of them are already trying to escape. There's something right on the bottom here that's already trying to escape. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a vial or something. But I want to go ahead and get all that stuff ready, good to go. Make sure I don't lose anything. It looks like it came out of here. And we'll be right back. Alright, we're going to go over the accessory pack first. There are a ton of accessories with this figure. So you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck. So we'll start here. First off is, if I don't break it, a nice rocket flying out. So this will go with the rocket launcher with a good smoke plume. That's going to be the first. All these things are super, super fragile. Hence why you see me using my tweezers. I don't want to break these. You have the flamethrower's flame trail. I will attach these all later to show how they work. Then we have the walkie-talkie set. It is a little stretchy, but you'll see the walkie on the bottom. Then you have the part that goes on his shoulder up top. It does come with a green herb. So that is a flexible plastic. I wouldn't flex it too much because it would probably break, but you do have that. So a nice green herb. That's the most common one used. The red and the blue herbs. I don't see this here. Not in this part. And then you have a nice shotgun. This looks like a Mossberg maybe, or a Remington. But it's the one from the game, little pump action shotgun with the sling. Very good detail on it too. Very, very nice. Then you have part of the stand. So this will hold them up. Kind of a generic stand like you see in a lot of these. Here is the other part of the stand. And you'll see it actually does say Raccoon City Police Department, Leon S. Kennedy. So that's a nice touch. Up top, here is the flamethrower. You see, I'm trying to be very delicate with these things because there's a lot of tiny little parts. Like you have the wire that's running through it. You have the gas tank, everything like that. A lot of detail, very, very delicate. But if you want to, go ahead and put that flame on there and let's see how that works. I think it goes on like that. The flame is a little flexible, so that does help. But that's how it looks with the flame on it. So really, really cool. Put that to the side. And then we have the rocket launcher from the game. I forget what the name of this kind of rocket launcher is, but it's a 4-tube rocket launcher. There's a lot of pieces on it. You have a wire back here that seems to move a little bit. You have sling, very, very delicate. Very good looking rocket. looks like the rockets want to come out too. They do, so the rockets will come out if you want them to. Plop that back in there. Or you can just go ahead and have this rocket shooting out of it, plugging it into the empty one. And there you go. You have a rocket now shooting out of the rocket launcher. Very, very cool. And one of the coolest accessories in here, at least in my opinion, is the typewriter from the game. So this is your save point. It is hollow, so it's very, very light, but very good detail in the typewriter. In fact, you can actually read it. Let me see if I can read that. Bear with me 1 second. September 28th, 1998, Claire. If you made it this far, you're almost out of the city. I've got to take care of something before I leave, but I need to tell you something in case I don't make it. This is all Umbrella's doing. Let the people know, Leon. So that's really cool. They actually got text that small, that clear on there, that I can read that with my bare eyes, and I don't need a magnifying glass. So that is really cool. But that's all the accessories in the accessory pack here. So let me just, I probably should have been putting all these back in while I was doing that, but I'm going to put all these up and clear this board. We'll be right back and I'll get the other pack out. All right, we are back, and I've went ahead and switched out for the second part. This is the top piece you get. Now you notice I left the lid on because this little doohickey in the bottom corner is trying to fall out, so I don't want to lose it. So that is really tiny. Really super tiny, honestly. We're still in the clear. So that, I believe, goes there. So first off, let's get Leon out of here. It does come with a free snack for anyone that needs it. So we have Leon. They did put that on there to protect the head sculpt. In all honesty, that head sculpt is really good right out of the game. Done really well. Figure looks good too. Let's get a look at the rest of him. So he's got his RPD jacket on. That is actual Velcro on the bottom of that. You've got his handcuff in there. That is one piece, I think. Yeah, you can't take the cuffs out. Down. Pants look great. Then you have the knee pads. And boots. Very, very good detail on the soft goods here. You have a nice holster. Looks like a Kydex. Let's see all of his other accessories. His knife pouch. His flashlight pouch. Radio pouch. RPD on the back. You've got his elbow pads. Really, really good detail on this figure, honestly. Let's go ahead and we'll go over the articulation later when I get the stuff out of the way so I don't actually knock it all down. Okay, so for accessories on this portion, you get multiple items. So there is a second head sculpt, and this is when he's a little bit roughed up. Get it out of there. So this head sculpt is battle damage and angry Leon, who needs to brush his teeth too. There you go. He's got a few scratches, a little damaged up. He's got some gold hair going on there too. So let me put that back in there so it doesn't get hurt. I always put things back so if I'm not going to use them, I don't lose them, because I have lost pieces to figures in the past. So since we're on the left here, we'll go ahead and just go down the left. We have his Beretta. Now this one looks like this is his Stars Beretta that he has. But you know, it's based off a 92 FS, but this looks more like a 92X, except for that little barrel. But those weren't out in the time this game came out. Very cool though. So that's his Samurai Edge. And the really cool thing, these come with details, is there's also a magazine. And it's a very well made magazine. The detail's good on it. This looks exactly like a Beretta mag. If you're unsure what a Beretta mag looks like, I have reviews of them on the channel. You can even see the bullet in there. And it does go into the bottom of it for some nice reloading action. It's not very secure though. You got to push it all the way up. And then once you push it all the way up, the grips panels on the side will actually hold the magazine in place. And then you can pull it out. I gotta say, this is the smallest Beretta I've ever reviewed on this channel. But there you go. And the cool thing about it is that samurai edge does fit in the magazine. Or I'm sorry, in the holster. It's better. It's there for it. Does it? These are all really fresh, so it might not fit in that magazine all the way. Or maybe it doesn't fit in that magazine. That might be for the other gun. So let's get that samurai edge out of the way. We'll come back and we'll try out the HK. Now, next up is Desert Eagle, the Thunderhawk, I think it's called. Desert Hawk, however they want to call it in the game. It's been a little bit. One of my favorite guns in the game. If you want to see, oops, that took off flying, didn't it? If you want to see an actual Desert Eagle review, I also have that on the channel as well. I know some people were arguing with me in a Valaverse review about, I don't know if they're arguing, but I think they were just trying to correct me about Desert Eagle shooting 50. They do also shoot 44 Magnum, 41 Magnum, and 357 Magnum, as well as 50 AE. If you want to check out a 44 Magnum, I have that on my channel. The magazine does fit all the way in. It's actually pretty snug. We'll come back out. I did kind of jam it in there. It's pretty secure, I'd say. More secure than an actual Desert Eagle magazine is. Regular Desert Eagle, the magazine shakes around a lot whenever you have it in there, which is a good thing. You don't want it too tight or else it'll make it jam. So really good detail on the magazine, looks exactly like you'd expect. You even have the visual ports. Looks like they tried to put the numbers on there for the counting of the rounds, but I love the detail on this thing. Really, really cool. All right, let me put that back. You do have his combat knife, probably one of the best tools / weapons in the game. I do have one of these that was given to me by one of my best friends, Deuce Twin 21. If you've ever seen my gaming, he's on there with me usually. He gave me one of these whenever he came back from deployment. Except it wasn't gold, it was olive. But also really cool. Literally, you need that thing for everything in the game. You do get a nice frag grenade. Very, very good detail on it. Pin, the spoon, everything right there. So looking very good. We have that little vial that likes to escape, and I can't seem to grab it. But that is, I believe, supposed to be the T-virus vial. Very, very tiny. It's just a dual-colored piece of plastic. Very easy to lose, so watch that. Here we also have the monitor for the virus. Little watch bracelet thing. Also very, very easy to lose, so be careful. You see how tiny it is. Let's see, we also have another grenade. Oh, the sticker's trying to... But this one is a flash grenade. Nice flashbang. And you'll have to forgive me, but I'm sitting down in front here while the camera is up here. So I'm trying to get the best view I can. So if I get out of view on here, that's why I'm moving it back and forth to make sure you get the best view you can. And if you've got to a certain part in the game, I mean, I almost want to say spoilers, but when you get to the hive underneath, that's the little canister that you carry through that. So pretty cool. They put a lot of accessories in here. Granted, they're all just little cheapo pieces of plastic, basically, but maybe cheapo's not the right word, because these all have a lot of detail. Like that even has the grooves for the flashlight. Old school 90s style mag light. Very, very cool. And then you have the Raccoon City Raccoon. These are the collectibles in the game that you have to shoot and break to unlock stuff in the game. I love that they included all these little... I love extra goodies, if you can't tell. So that's really cool. Put it back in there. Alright, now, how do you want to start? Let's start at the top. I love that they included these, but my goodness, are they tiny. So here you have all of the keys from the game that you have to collect to progress through Resident Evil 2. They're all based off suits from cards, diamonds, spades, hearts, clubs, and pretty much exactly how they looked in the game. Just these are so tiny. I almost want to put them in their own little box just so I don't lose them. They are itty bitty. Then going up here, you have the Matilda. This is a RP9, I think, of HK. One of HK's very, very early on attempts. Really cool gun. A good, cool piece of history. I don't know if I'd ever want one myself, but it is a cool piece of history. Maybe I'd want one just for the collector value because of this game. I don't think I've seen too many other games that this gun is in. But it is a Heckler and Koch, or Koch, or however you want to say it. Good detail on it. Right out of the game. Of course, you do have the magazine as well. I have never owned one of these, so unfortunately I do not have a review for one of these I can show you to. Hopefully I remember to do this, but I'm going to put the, when I go over the different guns, I'm going to put the links in one of the corners up here to look at that review, so you can go ahead and look at that if you want to. Like if you want to see. I don't have a Samurai Edge, but I do have a Beretta. I did the Desert Eagle. So those are other things that you can look into if you want. So this is the first version of the Matilda. Magazine pops right in. No issues. Let's see if it fits in the holster. It should. Whew, that holster is uber tight. I don't think it wants to fit in the holster. Now, one thing I will say, you probably noticed this, is I'm not really certain about popping that loop out. Maybe it rolls over. Yeah, it does roll forward a little bit. Let me try it now. Alright. It does fit in the holster now, as you can see. Very snug, I might say. That thing is in there. I might have to push on the other end to get it out. Release. So you might have to loosen that up a little bit. Now, now that I moved that, oh no, I broke it. Never fails. Well, super glue will fix that, but you see how delicate that is? I actually snapped that little piece off right there. So I'm going to have to fix that. Let me just put that there for now. See how delicate everything is? I was trying to warn you guys about breaking stuff and I do it myself. Let's see. So the Samurai Edge does also fit in that holster. It would not, I don't think it would fit in with that little loop over the top. So, don't do what I did. Be very, very careful. That sucker is delicate. Alright, moving on. Let's get the Matilda out of the way. So tiny. And then you have the fully upgraded Matilda with the stock. So this is when it gets the 3-round burst. You have the compensator, the stock, which is very reminiscent of a C96 stock from Mauser, where I think it should technically fit inside the stock. That button's so well defined, it's almost pushable. But then you also have the extended magazine for it here. And that fits right in the bottom. So that is the fully upgraded Matilda, and I got to admit, I use this gun throughout the majority of the game. It's super easy to use, and honestly, it looks really cool. Then you have one of the classic items that you really want out of the game. One of the ammo boxes for the 9mm. So you see here, it's got right from the game, pictures, everything. What does it say on it? Maximum standard. That's the 9mm. I'm not gonna lie, that looks a lot like a Federal box of 9mm. If you've ever used Federal ammunition, that takes a lot of cues from it, or maybe Federal took cues from them. I don't know which one came first. Well, I think Federal was around in 1998, so they probably came first. All right, so you do get different hands as well. He comes equipped with fisticuffs, are on there right now. You have a pair of fists. Those can be switched out for, of course, other hands. So you have a left gripping hand. You have left and right trigger hands. So you can have him dual wield if you really want to. A supporting hand for his left hand, so if he uses a big weapon, he can support it. And then you have relaxed hands for the left and right. So he can actually be a relaxed gripper, just kind of standing there. Oop, Xbox is over there making noise. All right. So now that we got those out of the way and I officially broke it, let's go ahead and get this out, and now we'll focus on the figure. Alrighty. So we already looked at the figure once already. Let's look at the articulation. Head goes all the way around. Super, super simple. It's on a dual jointed system, it sounds, or it feels like. The neck's jointed in the bottom, head's jointed on top. You can see where the peg goes for the neck there. Of course, that neck came out easier from there than the head did. So you'll probably want to loosen it up just to be sure you don't hurt anything. So let's go ahead and put that back on there. Looks weird without his head. Alright, so arm T-pose. Now, keep in mind he's going to be a little constricted because of the clothing. You see here it's kind of bunching up a little in the shoulder. He does have, it feels like a butterfly joint inside as well as an arm joint. So it's kind of nice. You get two joints there. You can feel them. So you have a shoulder joint. Feels like there is a bicep swivel. I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to take the clothes off because I'll never be able to get these back on. So that's going to be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to just do this by feel. There is a bicep swivel in there. And if you get that much flexibility, there is a double elbow joint in there. That's pretty cool. Let's see, the wrist joint. How far up can I move that? So the hand is going to have a little bit of moving. And let's see how easily that comes off. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Popped right out. Looks like it's one of those weird kind of joints where it pops either side. So I'm going to heat the other hand up before I do that because I think I bent that a little bit. I don't want to actually break it. So I'll come back to the hands. Alright, see? I'm a big clumsy buffoon, so don't do what I do. Take your time. So you got those joints there. As far as rotation on the body, you have some good rotation around like that. You do have some nice forward and backwards bendiness there. And side to side on the front, so that's not bad. The legs can go fairly far before you're going to rip the crotch out of them. So you can get some decent stances and poses going there. Again, the pants do limit how far he goes. It feels like in the back here, you're not going to get too much because of the sculpt itself. So he can only go so far with that. The knees, also, I believe, are double jointed. They are. So you can get some good bend on the knees. Is there a thigh swivel? If there is, I don't feel one. I don't think there is a thigh swivel on this. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but I don't feel one, and I don't want to force it. As you can see, this is a delicate figure, and I've already broken that little piece, and I've bent the arm, so I'm going to heat that up off camera, come back, and then I'm going to replace his hands with gun. And we come down to the bottom. The feet will come all the way around. They are tucked into his boots. The bottom of his pants are. You're not going to get much swivel, but the feet are very bendy. See that? They're actually a soft plastic down at the feet. So it feels like they just kind of pop on. So that's not bad. But you can get some pretty good stances out of him with that, I think. So not bad. Let's see how he balances. Of course, like most figures I use, he wants to lean backwards. Not bad. Not bad at all. So he balances well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera for a second. I'm going to heat that up and go ahead and get the joint popped out of there because I want to see what kind of joint that is. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I did get the little joint out of there. I put it back on. You'll notice how it's kind of like a catty corner bend in there. So it is easy. I didn't actually break it or bend it. Turns out that's kind of just how it goes together. I guess it's kind of a fail-safe in case people like me who muscle things out muscle it too much. So let me go ahead and finish getting these hands put back on. I just wanted to show that real quick. Here's a closer look. I know I keep coming back when I haven't put it all together yet, but here's a closer look at the joint. So the big piece goes into the forearm up here, and the little piece goes down into the hand. So when you slap these two together, that's hard to do. When you slap it together, this is how the joint looks. So you see how it's a little bit angled. And when it bends, it kind of bends a little funny looking, but that's how it bends. So I've just been heating these up. It's funny, a lot of toys you can actually just heat up with your breath if you blow out enough hot air on them, and you can heat it up that way without having to listen to a hairdryer. So, okay, this time I promise I'll be back with the hands on. Okay, we're back. We got the new hands on, so I gave him a resting hand on his left hand, and I gave him a trigger hand on the right hand. Now you notice the trigger hand, you get a little bit of movement, but it doesn't go too far. And you don't want to pull it too far because you will probably pop it out. You can actually see the joint there. So you get just enough. You want him to come with like a relaxed look, something like that. He's got his hands up holding it. That's kind of like the look. Now, one of the things I also did is I was playing with the belt a little bit. There are two belts. You have his regular pants belt and his utility belt. They don't like to cooperate, so just try to get them to look the best for you. I noticed they were a little low for me earlier. But let's go ahead and put all of his accessories on him, shall we? So we'll put the Matilda in here. And you notice there is a little tiny square there that holster kind of pops into, but because I took out that loop by accident, that's my fault. So we'll put the Matilda away. We also have some pouches on the back here. So we have his knife pouch, which that's awfully close to that flashlight, but let's see if this actually goes in. It's cutting it really close, isn't it? I don't want to break anything. Move the weapon or belt items up. The knife should go into the knife. It does. Oof. I had an issue on an Action Force figure where putting these knives into their holsters, be very delicate and gentle with them, because if you wiggle it back or forth too much, it'll snap right off in that holster. But that goes in the holster. I just don't like the look of it, how it's putting on there. It's going to put a lot of pressure where that flashlight holster is. And there goes the flashlight. It's not very secure. Let's keep that in mind. So if you turn them upside down, or he falls off your shelf, that flashlight could pop out. Then we have the radio. Goes into the radio holster, just like that. And the radio will come up, and and it will hook onto his vest up here. If you can get it. Mine's being a little stubborn. Gotta just work it in there. Alright, so now the radio's on. Everything is good to go. I'm going to take that knife out just because it's worrying me. I just don't want to break it. And I think because it's the gold knife, I think that's the knife you get that has the unlimited durability on the game, if I remember correctly. Let's go ahead and give him his samurai edge. Magazine is not in it. I'm so used to saying that on my Pew reviews that just David said it for here. Go ahead and put it in his hand. Like that. And it's up to you if you want to give him good trigger discipline or not. Have him actually touch the trigger. But you can get his typical pose of when he's looking around and trying to ward off different things. Let's see if you can get a nice action. Like I said earlier, the shirt does kind of limit how much that shirt wants to limit it a lot. Jeez. I have to hike the shirt up a little. Yeah, hiking the shirt up a little helps. So if you want to have him kind of have a support hand on his hand when he's shooting, you can. Luckily, the hands are malleable enough that you can do that. And I put his thumb behind the trigger. But there you go. So you can do stuff like that. Just don't do this. As a gun person, that bugs me. The teacup really is not a good shooting stance. I mean, if you like it, I suppose, you know, it's good for you, but I don't like it, and I try to tell my friends not to do it, especially if they're girlfriends and such, or things like that. All right, so here we are. So you can have different poses with him. You can have him in his action pose along like that. So if you want to get that out of the hand, the gripping hand is perfect for the knife. Let me get the gripping hand out. So if you do want him to use the knife, the gripping hand is perfect for it, as you can see here. What else? There's so many goodies. Let's see how he looks with the Matilda. So if you don't want to use the samurai edge, Matilda, you can. And you just have to move it around. And I'm glad they decided to go with soft plastic for the hands. It's like my Joy Toy figures. Like, I absolutely love them, but the new ones, they pick really rigid plastic for the gripping. And from what I heard, they did that because apparently the super soft plastic doesn't last so well. But it is certainly a lot better when it comes to making these things fit better. So here you go. So if you want him to shoulder it, you kind of get a good shoulder pose. Shouldered and supported, ready to fire. So not bad. Again, that is the gun I played most of the game with. Probably a lot of people did too. Get that out of the way. Let's try the Desert Eagle, because everybody loves the Magnum. So this is how the Magnum looks in his hand. Fits in quite nicely, I must say. Let's see. Let's get that gripping right. We'll get them good trigger discipline. You can one-hand it if you want to, but I think he's better designed to always be in a support. If you don't want to, you can have him aim it one-handed. But like I said earlier, the cloth kind of gets in the way there. So you can get a one-handed pose sort of with it, if you want to. A couple different options. You can take up the Robocop pose. But not bad. I really do like this figure. It's a lot of detail. Alright, so let's try out some of the others. We'll do the shotgun. Same thing. Shotgun's going to fit right in the hand. feel like this is going on too long. But again, shotgun, good to go. I haven't showed any two-handed weapons yet, but I think this one works really well with the relaxed hand, because it looks like he's holding on to that pump. He's just ready to blow away any lickers or zombies that come in his way. So really cool. I do like the shotgun. Let's see. We'll do something real quick. Flamethrower, same concept. Trigger goes here. This one, just be careful with it because it's got so many little tiny pieces. Like that flamethrower, I'm sure, is very, very delicate. But there's not really a place for him to hold it with his other hands. I guess maybe on the bottom. I feel like you're going to burn yourself holding it there. Do that, and then get the flame. Put them on. Be good to go there. Just really cool stuff. Really cool. I like it a lot. So, and of course the rocket launcher. I realized I went through everything else, so I might as well go through the rocket launcher too. So I'm not leaving any of you boomers hanging. Get in there so it doesn't get hurt. So rocket launcher. Honestly, this one's probably going to pose very, very easy, because you just want to get it on his shoulder. Get it on his shoulder. It actually lines up with his eye pretty well. If you want to shoot it, it's going to be difficult to get the other hand up there again because of the clothes and the limitations. So if you want to just have him do the 80s one-handed shoot, you can. Or just have him holding it. But it does line up well with his eye, I would say. So that's pretty cool. But that is it. I realize I have taken up a lot of your time, and I apologize for that. I just got really into this figure. I like it. I love Resident Evil, and this is honestly just a really cool figure for me that I need to fix, since I went ahead and broke it like a buffoon. But so you saw what I did. Don't do what I did, okay? That way your figure still stays 100% with no issue. But that is all I had for today. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I did have fun doing this, putting it together. Normally, I was finding for a while doing these reviews was kind of getting tedious. But this one was fun when I actually take the time to sit down and show it to you. And I know it's kind of long form content, but you can fast forward, skip to whatever you want to, and that will help. But I think for my fixes on that, I'm probably just going to put a little dab of super glue there. I don't really want it coming off anyways, so I'll just super glue it to that. And then I'll see, either I will leave that clip off or I'll super glue the clip to this side so it goes to the top and it just looks okay at that point. But yep, so don't do what I did. Be gentle. Don't break it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. And if you're deciding you want one of these, go ahead and pick it up. It's honestly really cool. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm more of I am a collectibles and figure guy, but I am a pew guy too. But I don't know how, all the joints and systems work. I'm just trying to help you save money, or I'm trying to help you in your wallet part with money, depending on how you want to look at it. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you did enjoy this. Likes always super appreciated if you did. And I hope I earned your subscription today. If not, maybe I will next time. And hopefully next time I do, because I have some other BOWs I want to show with it. And in case you wanted to know, the Patriot Studio Zombies match up very, very well with it. Very, very well. Quality is very similar. And I think they must have talked, because these things are very well matched. But that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, like I was saying. Hope I earned that subscription, likes, all that stuff. Let's talk in the comments section. I want to see what you guys have to say about all this. Do you have the figure? Do you like it? When is the Patriot Studios Chris Redfield coming out? I really, 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 really want it. Chris is my favorite Resident Evil. My camera yelled at me. I'm talking too much, so it cut out on me. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's talk in the comments section, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. Alrighty. As usual, keep pushing forward. Stay on those goals. Don't let life get you down. If life pushes you, push back and push back twice as hard, okay? You got it, guys. You can do it. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, and let's talk in the comment section. Later.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to any future content I have coming. As usual, a like is always super appreciated. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Share this video with any of your friends or groups that you think may enjoy it. And let's talk down in the comments section. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you would like to interact more with the channel, you can find me at my socials on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I post any contest entries and reference codes for contests that I enter on Twitter, so that's another reason to check it out. I also have a TikTok account I created where I upload tease videos for upcoming YouTube videos as well as shorts. I am also getting back into gaming content on the Xbox Series X, and I'm looking to start doing streams again on Twitch, which I'll upload to YouTube later. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you again next time.